In the 2017 to 2018 NBA season, there was on average 43.8 fouls called each game. This total is up 4 fouls from the previous season. NBA referees are also being compensated more and more each year. In 2008, NBA referees were compensated between $95,000 to $300,000 each season. Now, in 2020, NBA referees are compensated between $150,000 to $550,000 each year. Although I am not an NBA referee, I am still an experienced referee. I've refereed hundreds of games across 3 different levels, and from this experience, I can vouch that giving referees too much power and too much authority over a game is bad for the game. Although refs are very important to the game, giving them too much power and too much authority is bad for the game because it slows the game down, it's not fun for fans to watch, and it's distracting for the players. In this speech, I'm going to elaborate on those 3 topics and discuss why there is such thing as over-officiating. First, let's talk about how it slows the game down. There is more stoppage time now in the NBA than ever. Stoppage time accounts for timeouts, foul administration, injury timeouts, and of course the big one, review. In a typical NBA game, there is 48 minutes of game time. However, the time that it takes to actually play a game is getting longer and longer. According to Forbes magazine, it typically takes an average of 2 hours and 13 minutes to complete a whole NBA game. This total is 2 minutes longer than the previous season. Here's my visual aid, by the way. This breaks down the review time it typically takes for a referee to review a call and make a decision about it. I don't have a projector screen or a printer, so I just use this. Next, let's talk about the review. More plays than ever are being reviewed by the referees. Currently, there are 17 different game situations that can be reviewed by the referees. More situations get added each year, and games get longer each year because there are more reviews each game. Typically, according to Forbes, it takes on average 1 minute and 42 seconds between the time that the play is stopped to the time that the play is resumed for NBA's referees to administer a call. Some of these reviews last a lot longer, some of them reaching up to 6 and 7 minutes long in stoppage time. Next, let's talk about why this makes it harder for the fans to watch the games. Fans tune into NBA games to watch their favorite athletes compete at the highest level possible. More stoppage time than play time makes it really difficult for fans to tune in. Fans don't want to see refs with headphones on, gathered around a screen, looking at the same play over and over again. Fans want to see their favorite players dunking, shooting 3-pointers, not at the free throw line, shooting free throws 25 times a game, or referees trying to figure out a call that should be easy. Fans on the East Coast take the brunt of this. On the East Coast, NBA games start at 10:30 at night. With games lasting sometimes 2 to 3 hours, fans can't go to bed until 1 or 2 in the morning. They also have to get up and work the next day. According to Sports Illustrated, viewership of the 2019 playoffs dropped 13% compared to previous seasons. This means that fans are less willing to get up and stay up to watch their favorite NBA teams in the biggest games of the whole season. Lastly, refs having too much authority is very distracting for the players. These players have trained their whole lives to get to the NBA and compete at the highest level. But with more fouls and technical fouls being administered than ever, it's very hard for the players to become emotionally and passionate about the game. There's more technical fouls administered than ever because the NBA has expanded the terms of which referees can call a technical foul. In 2010, according to ESPN, the NBA made a change to where referees can now administer a technical foul based just off body language. This means if a player throws their arms up in frustration or just shows any disagreement with the referee at all, there can be a technical foul administered. When there's a technical foul administered, the league office also is granted permission to fine that player. In the 2018 to 2019 NBA season, there was 1,582 technical fouls administered. This was the most ever. Because of this, there's a huge rift building between the players and the referees. Many players have come forward either in interviews or on social media presenting their disgust and frustration with the performance of the referees. The performance of these referees are causing the players to get fined and distancing them emotionally from the game. Many players, because of this, have threatened not to play, and because of this over officiating, the players feel that they can't compete to the highest level. In conclusion, the ref's power is not good for basketball. This power should be regulated because it slows the game down, it's hard to watch, and it's frustrating for the players. Teams need to be able to go out and compete to the highest levels, and players should feel like they can express themselves and be passionate about the game that they love. Players need to decide the outcome of these games and not the referees. Thank you. Hold on. Here are my note cards. Intro, main point 1, main point number 2, main point number 3, and then my conclusion. Thank you.